All right, welcome back. Last time, we were all pretty blown away by the incredible videos Veo can create. But today we're not just watching the magic show. We're actually going backstage to see exactly how all the tricks are done. We're going inside the Veo engine.
So, in our last explainer, we saw those stunning results, right? These cinematic drone shots, the super lifelike characters, just amazing videos generated from a few simple words. That was the what. But today, we're diving into the how. How in the world does a machine go from a text prompt to a flowing, coherent, high-definition video? How does this thing actually think? To really get Veo, you first have to appreciate the massive problem it has to solve. It all starts with creating what you could call a blueprint for reality. And that means dealing with a truly insane amount of data. Get a load of this number: 50 million. That's how many individual color values are packed into just 1 second of a standard HD video. A minute of that, you're talking billions of data points. Trying to process all of that directly, what's known as the pixel burden, it's computationally impossible. No way. So that leads to the big question, right? How can any system possibly manage that much raw information without just completely collapsing under the weight of it all? And the answer is actually pretty brilliant. Veo doesn't think in pixels. It thinks in ideas. It takes that heavy video and translates it into this lightweight, compressed mathematical world called latent space. Think of it like a conceptual shorthand, where all the heavy pixels are stripped away, leaving only the essential stuff: the objects, the motion, the vibe of the scene. This analogy here is just perfect. Trying to process a video pixel by pixel is like trying to understand the entire Library of Congress by reading every single word in every single book. It's impossible. So instead, Veo creates the equivalent of index cards, these little summaries of the plot, the characters, the themes. That's the latent space. It's how Veo can read the story of a video without getting bogged down. So, how does this actually work? Well, you've got two key players. First, the encoder. Let's call it the archivist. Scans the original video and creates that lightweight blueprint. Then, when it's time to generate the final product, the decoder, our construction crew, takes that simple blueprint and uses it to build the final, full-resolution video that we see. It's this fantastic system of compression and then reconstruction. Okay, so we have a blueprint. But how does Veo make a video from nothing? This is where the real magic comes in. It's a process that's kind of like sculpting a masterpiece out of pure static. Now, this is going to sound a little backward, but stick with me. To teach Veo how to build a beautiful, clean video, its creators first taught it how to systematically destroy one. It watched millions of videos as they were slowly turned into just random noise, learning every single step of the journey from order to total chaos. And this process here shows you everything. When you give Veo a prompt, it starts with a block of pure noise. That's its flock of marble. Your prompt? That's the chisel, guiding the very first cut. Then, step by step, it shaves away layers of that noise, refining the shapes, until finally, the finished video is revealed. It's not finding a video in all that mess, it's sculpting one from total randomness, using everything it learned from that reverse destruction process. It's amazing. But making one great-looking frame is one thing. How does Veo make sure that a person who walks behind a pillar is the exact same person when they pop out the other side? This is the huge challenge of temporal consistency, or what we can call the memory of motion. See, older models, they basically had short-term memory. They looked at a video one frame at a time, so if an object was hidden for a second, they'd often forget it even existed. That's why you'd see faces and clothes weirdly morphing mid-video. Veo, on the other hand, uses something called a transformer, which gives it a photographic memory. It sees the entire video sequence all at once, so it understands the relationship between the first frame and the very last one. And here is the secret sauce for how it does that, something called 3D space-time patches. So instead of just looking at a flat square of pixels in one frame, Veo looks at a cube of pixels that actually spans across multiple frames. By treating this little space-time cube as a single, indivisible thing, it literally makes it impossible for objects to flicker or change within that patch. It's the key to that smooth, stable motion we see. Okay, so that explains visual consistency. But what about logical consistency? I mean, how does it learn something as basic as physics? Nobody programmed Newton's laws into Veo, but when something falls, it falls realistically. How does that happen? It learns by solving puzzles.
billions and billions of them. During its training, the system was shown countless video clips where parts were just blacked out. It might see a ball thrown up in frame 5 and then see it land in frame 25, with everything in between just gone. It was forced to guess what happened in the middle. By doing this over and over, it just develops this deep, intuitive grasp of things like gravity and momentum and cause and effect.
So we've got the blueprint, we've got the sculptor, and we've got the architect of time. Now, let's bring it all back to you. How does your simple text prompt become the director's vision for this whole production? This part is one of my favorite things about this whole system. Veo didn't just learn from videos with basic tags like cat video. No, Google used its powerful Gemini AI to watch millions of videos and write professional cinematic descriptions for them. A simple clip of a sunset became a wide-angle drone shot panning slowly over an ocean at golden hour. By training on these expert-level captions, Veo learned the actual language of cinematography. So let's put all the pieces together. This is the entire assembly line, the whole Veo dream factory. First, your prompt goes to the screenwriter, which translates your words into instructions. Then, the architect uses its long-term memory to plan out the scene's logic and physics. After that, the sculptor gets to work, carving the video out of that random noise. And finally, the builder constructs the final high-res film. From your idea to the final cut, it's the whole shebang. And when you see it all laid out like this, you realize Veo isn't just, sticking images together. It's building a world model. It's learning the rules of physics and light and motion, all to simulate a tiny, self-contained reality that unfolds based on what you tell it to do. We've seen the blueprints, we've met the whole crew, so what does it actually look like when we feed this engine a prompt and just watch it work its magic, from the very beginning to the very end? Well, we're going to do exactly that in our next explainer. We'll see you then.